But yeah, we tired waking up. And class ended on Friday.
What kind of class you taking?
I'm taking a network class.
Okay.
Network Plus, getting that certification.
Okay. Why y'all ain't telling me to wear no red shirt?
Because it was.
That's the EP. That's his job.
It was my fault. But
I'm just messing with y'all.
This is the first. This is our first. Our new shirt.
Okay.
First one we've done. Shoot, since Norman passed, right?
Yeah.
First one I did something.
They look nice.
Thank you.
You know I got this V-neck.
Hey, look, it's not my fault.
Ain't nothing wrong with the V-neck.
It's not my fault, but I placed the order. I asked for a regular extra large. And for some reason, the shopper at Target gave me a V-neck.
It make you do it again. It's cool.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all seen that earthquake over in Haiti?
Yeah, I saw that. That was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Didn't they just get hit with an earthquake like last year?
Yeah.
Haiti be getting hit with everything.
What's crazy?
Everything.
What's crazy is you don't ever hear anything about the Dominican Republic, and they're on the same island.
Nope. Just Haiti.
Always Haiti. Like they
Haiti
got
be
something
getting
bad going. Yeah, bad juju going on down there.
They be getting hit.
Haiti get hit, and Dominican Republic just sit there looking at them over the mountain like, oops. Yeah. I guess JoJo froze up. This dude his internet always messing up.
Yeah, got that. You still got that dial up.
There it is.
Don't start, internet.
Look at it.
So I guess while I'm on, yo,
Is that why I'm on?
before I freeze up again. What they do, man, what they do. We back again, man. You look like a podcast. You know what it is, man. Episode 34. 34. Yeah, we sliding, man. We sliding. Episode 34. Y'all know what it is, man. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the bell, give us a thumbs up, drop some comments in the comment section. You know what it is, man. Love the page, like the page, share the page, all that good stuff. Got the homies in here. Dedrick, what's happening, bro?
Hey, I'm chilling. This Hawaii. When I get done here, I got to go step on the football field. So.
Okay. Yes, sir. Good old football. Cranking up. Dana, you all right down there? What you got going on, bro?
A lot. But yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I think I'm in order now.
Okay, cool. Des, what's going on, my brother?
Nothing much, man. I had to hurry up and eat some chicken wings. Like 2 minutes before I got on.
We all got wings.
Hit up that spot you told me about.
Which one? With the fried rice?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've been back twice since Thursday.
Yeah, they on point.
Since Thursday.
Yeah, that place on point, man. For real. Y'all know what it is, man. Long live Big Norm. Long live Big Norm. Yes, sir. Shout out to the rest of the team. And as y'all can see, we're back on the interviewing tip. So we got us a guest in the building with us. Miss Nigeria, how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. Appreciate you coming on with us.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Finally was able to get in connection, get connected, and sync up for the interview.
Y'all caught me out. My days get really busy, but Sundays work, so.
Okay, cool. And I
Figured work for you, work for us.
I figured 3 o'clock would be a good time as well, so.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate your time. So, y'all know how we do it when it comes to the interviews, man. We like to reach out to people that's in our circle, people we can get our hands on and talk to, and bring them on, just give them a spotlight, give them another avenue to just let the world know what they got going on. And, hopefully we can get somebody that, needs a service that you provide. We can connect two people and, mission accomplished on our end. So once again, we do appreciate your time coming on here, kicking it with us.
Oh, everybody good? What's up? You just
No, I'm good. Oh, I'm good. My bad. I thought the internet had
Me too. I thought everybody was
made a
frozen.
booty
I was like, what's
sound.
going on?
Uh-oh.
Who's frozen?
You look like you have pulled one of those Cardi B's. We should interview her just like.
Oh no, I'm trying to figure out what had happened. What had happened was
What had happened was we get background text messages from the EP, and it throws us off.
you know what I'm saying?
Because
I
they
don't
pop
work off
up
no
on the
script.
screen.
Hey, but so Nigeria, I guess the first thing we'll do is let everybody know what it is you do, or what you into.
So I am a licensed therapist. I've been doing therapy for about 13 years or so. And I own a private practice in Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay. How long have you owned that practice?
My practice has been open a little over a year.
Okay.
So I opened during the pandemic last year.
Did you get a lot of patients?
I did. The pandemic, I think obviously there was a lot of loss and a lot of devastation that we just, had to deal with as a society. But I think some good came out of it in the field of mental health. I think a lot of people started to reach out for services. And so I definitely saw that trend start to happen. So.
Cool. And so I guess let me back up a little bit. How are you affiliated with the show? Or how do you know, one of my brothers here on the screen?
So I know the Telfair brothers. They are friends of the family through relationships with my siblings.
Right, cool. That's what's up.
Shout out Tiffany. Shout out Terrence.
Shout out Marvin.
Shout out Marvin.
The whole family.
The whole family.
Right.
We've been connected for decades. Seemed like
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because I remember your speech at your high school graduation.
Oh yeah. And me and Katori, we was what was Katori? Was she president or vice president?
Was she president? I don't remember. I think she was president.
One of those, and uniquely so. I think I was inspirational speaker. So
I remember that. I was like, man, go way back.
We graduated a long time ago. It don't even seem like that long.
Man, don't even talk about it.
Dang, been out of school. Well, yeah, y'all been out of school longer than me, so.
We've been out of school for a long time.
Really?
What's that?
He said y'all been out of school longer than me.
Well, I'm just saying it's been long for me, so that means it's been long for you.
Shut up.
I'm just.
So, Nigeria, what made you decide that you wanted to be a therapist or get into the therapy?
Yeah,
field?
so it's kind of a long story. Y'all want to hear the whole story or like a short story?
Hey, look, whatever you got
Give
time.
us what you got.
So
We got time.
Okay, so when I was 15 or 16, my mom was ill. She was diagnosed with cancer and she was really going through her own little transition. And so we would take shifts. My dad was in the military, so we would be on the military base, my brothers, my sisters, we would take shifts so that she was never at the hospital alone. And so one evening, it was my shift. I think my dad had watch duty. My brother was at work. My sister at the time had already had my niece. And so, I was there and my mom had a heart attack. And so they rushed me out of the room. I went into the hallway And I remember a lady in all white coming and speaking to me, and she was a social worker. And so, you know, over the years, that was such a monumental moment for me because she had given me this, I don't know if you guys are familiar with, whenever someone is passing, they'll give you like those daily bread little pamphlets, and it talks about death and the different cycles of death. And so she had given me that, and I was able to really use that as I watched my mom transition from life to death. And so it was really helpful. And so over the years, when I started to like reflect on my experience with just losing my mom and understanding grief and loss, I reflected on that moment. And so when I went to college, I initially started out a pharmacy major. I got accepted into pharmacy school. I went to Tallahassee. I did some research on breast cancer at FAMU, and I really enjoyed it, but it wasn't my passion. And so I was always connected to that moment where that social worker like made an impact. And so I ended up changing my major, and people try to talk me out of it, like, you know, pharmacy, where the money at, you know? And so, but it just wasn't my passion. So I changed my major, ended up pursuing social work. And through social work, I was able to kind of lead myself into the field of therapy. So you become a social worker, you get licensed, and then you do a clinical degree, which allows you to practice as a clinical social worker and a licensed therapist. And so that's kind of the long story.
So with the therapy and the therapist, are there certain, I guess, expertise or things you specialize in as far as the type of therapy?
Yeah, so you know, you can get specialized certifications in different things, or really just based on experience and you know, really experience is how a lot of therapists become specialized in certain areas. And so there are opportunities to like specialize or focus in working with certain populations, if that answers your question.
Yes, but is there a certain one that you specialize in, or you just do general?
Um, I work with a lot of different people for a lot of different reasons, but I think where my experience is really in a lot of grief and loss, trauma. I do a lot of depression and anxiety, domestic violence. Those would probably be like the main, you know, focus, but I worked in a lot of different settings. I worked in the jail, I worked with substance abuse, human trafficking victims. I worked at the school board. So I've worked in a lot of different settings that really have given me a lot of experience.
Okay. One more question on,
Uh-huh.
do you see some of those things that you touched on that you may have provided some help or assistance to individuals with? Do you see more of our community coming in for help now? Because I know at one point people within our community look at getting therapy as something they wouldn't do, or they see something wrong with people who do that. Do you see more? Someone say something?
Yeah, I said people in our community look at therapy as a weakness.
Right. So I'm just wondering if you're seeing more, because I hear discussions more on bigger platforms talking about depression and anxiety and things like that. Are you seeing more African Americans coming in and looking for therapy?
Absolutely. Going back to like when I opened my practice, one of the things that I started to see like a high prevalence in was men reaching out for therapy. And I think the common theme started to be a lot of childhood trauma. That's what a lot of people were coming in for. And, you know, when you think of childhood trauma, it ranged from a lot of different things, whether it was, you know, exposure to different things in their communities. It was men really being taught to suppress their feelings and be strong and not be emotional. And so a lot of men were starting to reach out for help. And I see a lot of men in my practice. I work with a lot of women too, but I think from the Black community, a lot of childhood experiences, depression, grief and loss, and a lot of trauma. A lot of trauma.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you think in your field Do you think it's more difficult for men to come and talk to you as a woman about their issues, or do you think it's easier for them to communicate their issues to like a male therapist? Have you noticed anything like that in your field?
I think it boils down really to personal preference. Like I said, I work with a lot of men. I've had men that have come to me and say, I started out working with a male therapist, but I wasn't getting what I needed. I really needed a female's perspective. I've had a lot of men that have come to me because they lacked motherly love in their childhood, and they've come to kind of seek a woman's perspectives. And so I think it really depends on what the individual is looking for. I tell people all the time that sometimes therapy is really trial and error. Like, you really have to find a therapist that's a good fit. And so I think it's really like personal preference and what you're looking for and how you are able to connect to the therapist. I think that's really what it's about, is relationship building.
Okay.
For people who may not know, how do you do your sessions? What type of things do you exercises or things do you go through with those individuals to make them comfortable or to help them with the issues they may have? So a lot of people may not know how therapists actually handle the individuals when they come in. How do you help them, and how do you get them to open up or actually start these conversations?
To be honest, I think one of the things that I really just pride myself on as a therapist is I'm a real people's person. Like, I don't have like a cookie cutter type of plan. I think I work with people based on how they show up in the space with me. And so my services are really individualized and catered to that person specifically. You have some people that come to therapy and they're really, really open. They give you everything you need to know. I learned about their childhood, their parents, their siblings, their boyfriend, their husband in one session. Then I have some people that are really uncomfortable with telling you everything. And so I really try to work with people from where they are when they show up in a space with me. And so I don't have like a formula that I use for everybody. It's really individualized and based on how that person shows up and how they're willing to do the work. And then I really make decisions just as a practitioner at that point on how to engage them. I think for me, the best thing I can do for anybody that comes to me is be my true self. Like, if I show up in an authentic way, that allows the person to feel comfortable. So I don't have like a formula if that makes sense.
Yeah, and I think that's good, because it shows that you make adjustments based on the individuals that come in, and that makes people more comfortable knowing that you can adjust to what it is and who they are. So.
Absolutely. And I think that goes back to experience as well. I think when you work with a therapist, you have to do your own research. Like, you have to understand what their experience and what their background consists of to be able to even form an opinion about if they're able to support your needs. And then from there, you can kind of, allow them to do the work based on their skill set. So.
Cool.
Hey, let me ask you a question. This just like popped in my head. So in the movies, right? Every time somebody goes to therapy, like the therapist be sitting over there, they be writing something down. I done seen some movies where they be drawing pictures when the person talking. Like, do you actually write stuff down when you have your pad out?
I don't ever write in therapy. When I was a young therapist, I used to, because you have to do notes. You want to remember everything. The only time I'm really like typing or writing stuff down is during the intake, because I'm doing an assessment and I'm learning about your background. And a lot of that stuff is hard to remember. But in my sessions, I never write, unless it's like something where, it's some points that I really want to make a note of, but I never really do that. I kind of do it after the session.
So you don't be doing no grocery list or nothing like that.
No, I don't.
So with COVID, has there been adjustments to the sessions and how they're handled? Like, are you doing more Zoom calls, or since so you're not coming and sitting in front of you sometimes? Do you see it being harder to communicate with individuals being on a Zoom call, if that's how it's handled? I'm not exactly sure how you're doing your sessions at this point.
Yep. So I do telehealth sessions, which are via Zoom. Some people prefer, some people have asked for like telephone sessions, and there are platforms that offer that. But I do a lot of telehealth sessions, or virtual sessions. And I think, it has shifted how therapy is provided. I think some people do feel more of like a personal relationship, being able to sit in front of somebody. But I haven't had any pushback or anybody that has started the process from like a virtual perspective and, felt like they needed something that was face to face. And so it's been working. The delivery is obviously different. I can't always read body language, or there may be some limitations in that regard, but I think the service has still remained effective for me. I can't speak for other therapists and other individuals, but as far as my clients and the work that we're doing, progress is being made.
Ooh, that's good. That's good. Hold on, but before we forget, Dana, we're gonna come right back to you. Before we forget, how can people, I guess, reach out to you if you don't like social media or anything? Go ahead and plug that.
So I do have social media. I have Instagram. It's new.perspectives.therapy. And then I have a website. It's newperspectivestherapeuticservices.org.
I'm gonna see if I EP can have something come up on the screen with that.
Always asking for more and more stuff.
Hey, just make it happen. Just make it happen.
Yeah, you been doing all that extra stuff.
They can click on.
Yeah.
That pops up. They click on.
Yeah.
Put it in the description. You can do that, right?
Yeah, we have it in the description. You know what I mean? Make it easy on the folks. People lazy nowadays. They just want to click.
They definitely want to click.
Hey, but go ahead, Dana.
And I was going to ask about, like you said, how to get in touch with her. So for the individuals who don't know, how do they go about finding you, like as far as finding a therapist? And how is it paid for? Like insurance, are they paying out of pocket? They're going, not wanting to know your rate, but just the average rate in the therapist market period for an individual. How are they paying for this?
Yep. So as far as locating the therapist, I know I'm listed on like Psychology Today, Therapy for Black Men, Therapy for Black Girls. There's another site called Beam. And then, I guess if you like Google therapists in your area, you'll also get people that will pop up. As far as rates, I think the average rate for therapy, I would say, is between $100 and $250 an hour.
So I'm assuming that's insurance.
What insurance?
That's self-pay. With insurance, it's different depending on the plan that you have. Co-pays can range from $0 to no more than usually about $45 for the copay.
And that's considered specialist pay?
It depends on your plan also. So if your plan has mental health as a part of your services, sometimes it's considered a specialist, sometimes it's not. I know with COVID, a lot of insurances have incorporated the telehealth component of mental health into their insurance plans. And so it's really dependent on the type of insurance you have.
And it's health insurance, right? Just want to make sure.
Yep. So it's your medical insurance, and then some insurance, depending on, again, the type of insurance you have, they also have a separate behavioral health department. So it's really dependent on your insurance.
And on your website, is it listed what insurance you accept and all that good stuff?
Yep. So on my website, Psychology Today, Therapy for Black Men, Therapy for Black Girls, it lists my price, like the range, as well as what insurances I accept.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
There's also ways on there to get in contact with me. The phone number, there's a WhatsApp link where you can communicate with me directly through the website, as well as email and things like that.
All right. So what you got going on now? What you got going on in the near future, or what can we be looking out for from Miss Nigeria McHellon?
So, my practice is growing, it's thriving. I'm really proud of the success and the work that I've been able to put in and just see it grow. I currently have 4 therapists working with me. So we're really building and growing. So expanding, continuing to grow, continuing to meet the needs of the Black community, creating an awareness, creating a space for people to heal and become more aware about themselves and how they show up in the world. So just continuing to grow.
Okay. Have you tapped into being that Jacksonville is a military city? Have you tapped into some of the military folks? Are they starting to come over to you and talk to you about their issues and all that stuff?
I actually just last week or week before last, I just started my credentialing with the VA. So I'm really excited about that because there's a big need for those services as well. And so when I talk about expanding and growing, definitely expanding and being able to offer services to other populations. So the VA is definitely on my list. And so hopefully I have the credentials for that in the next 30 days or so.
And I don't know if you ever heard of it, but and I don't know how it would happen, but Military One Source, whenever like I go to therapy or me and the wife go to like marriage counseling or whatnot, we go through Military One Source and they find a therapist that will meet our needs, and everything is paid through them. I don't know if you're.
Is it through TRICARE as your provider?
No, it's just military. I don't know who Military One Source uses, but therapists get paid, and
okay,
and they always set us up for at least I think it's like 12 sessions.
Okay, I'll have to look into that. I know I am credentialed with TRICARE, and then like I say, I'm going through the process with the VA, and the VA is through Optum, but I'll have to look into the Military One Source.
Yeah, because that's a lot of the military people, and if they don't want to go through like a military therapist or whatnot, they go to Military One Source and it's offered for free. And they just
it's probably a platform. Like there's a lot of platforms that cater to different insurances and different entities. And so it sounds like it's a platform specific to military, and they probably have therapists that are a part of their network.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. So if it's somebody, ain't nobody gonna watch the show. But if there is just that one person that happened to come across this and they're like, I think I want to go to therapy. No, I don't want to go to therapy. People are gonna say this about me if I go to therapy. If it's something that you can just say to that person, that may help them make the decision as far as if they actually need to go through with it, what would that be?
I think it's as simple as making yourself and your mental health a priority. I think you yourself are the biggest investment that you should always be willing to make. I've had a lot of people that have actually come and said, gosh, I juggle with going to therapy over the years. And when they get started, they always say, I should have been started. And so I think the quicker you start, the quicker you have an opportunity to reach, true wellness.
That one person out there, you heard what she said.
And does it necessarily have to be someone who looking for a therapist that has anxiety, depression? Sometimes maybe they don't know they have these things. Is it just something in general that it may be good to talk to a therapist no matter what? Because sometimes people may not notice that they're dealing with depression or anxiety. They may not recognize what it is.
Absolutely. So two answers to that question. I think that's one of the biggest, reasons why we have a lot of people that struggle in silence, is because a lot of times they're not aware that they're going through something because they don't know what it looks like. So it may be, my sleeping is off, or, I'm not eating well, or I'm isolating from my friends, and they may call it, I just want some alone time, and I'm a little sad, but I'm good, I'm okay. And it may be depression, but I think sometimes we just aren't aware of things to really put a title on it, or an accurate title on it. And so as far as do you have to have some anxiety or depression, or be struggling with some type of identified symptoms to come to therapy? Absolutely not. I think therapy doesn't have to be just for somebody struggling. I think that's the problem too. I think people wait until they're in a moment of crisis to establish a relationship with a therapist, when therapist should be routine. It should be just like you go get a checkup, or just like you go to the dentist for maintenance. I feel like everybody should have access to a safe space where they can just process and do their own reflecting. And so I think therapy should definitely be something that people are more open to incorporating into their lifestyle before you run into a moment of crisis or problems or need support. Obviously, if you don't come until that time, then great. But I think when we are aware that the options are there, we have to take the opportunity.
Yeah, and the reason I asked that question because I believe what you have said to be true, and a lot of people not being aware of it. I think people need to hear that to understand that you don't have to wait until you feel as if you're broken to actually seek help. It's being able to identify and know when you're working up to those things. So
Absolutely. I have some clients that I've been working with for a few years, and after a little while, it's like, okay, we meet every week, and I've kind of felt like you're ready for discharge or ready to kind of go to bi-weekly, and they're like, they don't want to be discharged. They want that space because it really becomes like it really becomes like self-care for some people, which I think is great because we all need, like I say, that space. And so, I've had clients that I've been able to maintain because they look forward to it. If I'm sick or something and I have to, they be mad. I'm like, I don't feel good,
right.
So,
I can only imagine. That's how I felt when the wives took over the episode. I enjoyed that, but that's like my therapy for the week. Like I'm like, hold on, man, I need to get in the camera and talk. Like, what you got going on?
Yeah.
So yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine
Yeah.
it would be like that.
So based on what you've experienced so far, as far as with insurances, is there an average set limited number of visits, a number of hours that they set in place? So one of those individuals where you said they're thinking they're almost done, and then they want to extend it further or want more time. How does that work?
Nope. So they again, it goes back to your individual insurance plan. Most insurances allow you to see a therapist. Some people do twice a week, some people do once a week. But there is not like a limit in terms of, if you can go for 10 weeks versus 20 weeks. As long as your insurance remain active, it'll cover you.
Okay. So it's not like physical therapy. I know like physical therapy has a cap as far as how many times they can go or something like that. So this is just ongoing. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Yep. It's ongoing. I know there have been situations. I partner with a few nonprofits in Jacksonville where we've been able to provide therapy scholarships. And I've done like some pro bono hours where if there are people that are paying out of pocket or have insurance problems, we have been able to fill in the gap so that people can still access services or continue services. And so, I've definitely got creative with my practice in terms of ways to be able to, reach people.
That's good. That's great to hear.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and next time you having, an event or something like that, please make sure you shoot Dedrick or Des the information, so that we can promote it. And, if we got some time, maybe we can come out and support in that way, whatever you got going on, because that's, you're an extension of them. Me and Dana, we may have just met you now, but because of your relationship with them two, we just falling right in line with that relationship. So we want to support you as much as we can. So make sure you let them know so we can all, just show that support.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
Okay.
Hey, we appreciate everything that you're doing, everything that you've done thus far, and helping out with the Black community, and increasing the awareness of mental health importance in our community. And we appreciate you that. We salute you for that. And once again, drop your website and then your contact information, and then we'll be out. What you got for us?
Alrighty, my Instagram is new.perspectives.therapy, and my website is newperspectivestherapeuticservices.org.
Okay, y'all heard it here, and you're located in Jacksonville, Florida, right?
Absolutely.
Duval. Look, we appreciate you. We appreciate your time. Once again, like we said, we're proud of you. I definitely appreciate you coming on. Hopefully somebody see this that's on the fence about making that decision and they decide to reach out and we kind of help them get back on the right track. So we appreciate your time. Thank you for coming on. Keep doing what you're doing. You know what I mean? And we appreciate you.
Hey, thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you all for having me. Thank you all for using your platform to create, awareness about mental health. I think it's important that those of us that do have platforms and opportunities to have the conversation, that we keep the conversation going, because that's the only way we're gonna make changes. So
Right.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks a lot, Miss Nigeria. And
all righty.
we'll be in touch.
All right. Thanks a bunch.
All right.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye.
Oh man, mental health check, man. You know what I mean?
What up?
Yeah, that was some good information. That was
Yeah. It's
We
always
tried to-
it's always good to know there's some people out there that's looking to help.
Sure. How y'all boys mental health? Y'all boys straight?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm good.
Good.
all right.
We have the hiccups and all that stuff every now and then, but for the most part, I'm pretty solid. I don't yeah. For some reason I don't think I suffer from anxiety and depression or whatnot, but my biggest thing is, I guess it is a type of anxiety, is like what I have to do next to provide for my family, and if I'm making the right decisions and all that stuff. But
Yeah, that's anxiety. I have anxiety. I definitely do.
but then
Especially this.
it's like, I don't know if it's like confidence that comes over me after I think of that thought, and be like, everything's worked out so far, everything's gonna work out eventually anyway, so no reason to stress over it.
I think everybody got, you know what I'm saying, some type of anxiety. It's just a matter of, how you deal with it.
Yeah.
Like you said, your confidence and the decisions you made so far, it's like help you deal with it a little better than most people. Yes, I know you said yours was acting up this past week.
Oh, it was real bad. It was real bad.
The first week of school,
Yeah, and we all messed up. I lost about 10 pounds this week.
I need that type of anxiety.
No, you don't. You need that type of anxiety.
Eating wings from the place 2 times this week since Thursday. You lost 10 pounds.
Yeah, that's how bad it was.
Oh, man.
Man,
Oh, man.
them girls going to school, and oh man.
What was what was the biggest thing? What was the thing that was bothering you the most?
Not knowing what they were doing. I know how they act at home, and I don't know how they act at school.
So you probably was anxious for their safety, but you was also anxious for how they were representing you.
I was anxious for them treating their teachers like they treat me. That's where my anxiety came from.
With no respect. Be like, but they don't respect me worth nothing. They can get in this classroom and act up. Good God.
Please don't yell at these teachers.
So how did it turn out?
It went good. It went good until like the last 2 days.
Mm.
The last 2 days, both of them did not want to leave. Well, Friday, Demi didn't want me to leave her.
Okay.
Thursday, Desi didn't want me to leave her.
Mm.
So I was like, dang.
They were crying and throwing.
Yeah, they were crying in school.
Mm.
And Friday when I was trying to leave, Demi was crying. Man, don't leave me. I'm like, I gotta leave. I can't stay here with these kids. I don't like these kids.
I
ain't
think
gonna be able to do that.
that's why I truly feel that I feel that it's important to well, not really important, but what helped us was our kids have been in daycare since they were 6 months old.
Yeah, daycare is a big thing. Yeah.
So when like dropping them off for the first day of school or whatnot, or once they get older and they get used to like, oh, okay, they're gonna drop me off and they're gonna come back and pick me up. That anxiety that the kids are having when you're dropping them off kind of disappears because they know that for sure you're gonna come back and get them, and then they're gonna have fun while you're gone. So.
And that's another thing. My kids, they never had daycare. They've been with me all this time.
Yep. Between you and Mimi.
Yeah. And the pandemic, they with me 24/7. Yeah. I was working from home. So this was a new thing for them. And their anxiety was high. Which made my anxiety high. So
what was good is like for baby, she's been in public school since she was 3. So I didn't have a lot of that because there was no adjustment because she was in public school since she was 3. Right. So what like the way of learning and things like that are dealing with school teachers versus daycare. What do they call the people who work at the daycare? They're not teachers, are they?
They're some of them
daycare workers.
Some of them are certified. Some of them are certified in child care development.
That lady at the daycare.
Right. But what would you call them, Dedrick? Okay, child care providers.
Child care providers. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
okay.
Yeah, but most of the daycares now offer preschool. A lot of the daycares offer the preschool, so they do have the teachers there and
VPK.
Yeah.
Okay, so there are some actual teachers.
Yeah,
I got a question for y'all with kids in school. Have y'all ever had a kid tell a teacher that they weren't teaching real science?
I heard that story, but no.
I'm just asking.
For
a friend.
If I had to bet on who child that would be, I don't know what he had on y'all stream, but the person that I had to me is who I would bet on.
Or tell a teacher that wasn't real math.
Oh no!
That she was showing the kids.
See, you know what? I think that could have easily been JoJo.
I thought you would say that because it sounded like something JoJo would say.
He's never done that. JoJo, he's always quiet and like he'll only talk when he knows for sure. So he's not going to tell the teacher. He knows the teacher knows more than him, so he's not going to tell the teacher.
See, that's the thing.
You're wrong.
Yeah. See,
Desi, nobody knows more than Desi.
I was about to say this child that we're speaking of.
Now he would come home. Now he would come home and say, "Daddy, the teacher told me this, and I thought she was wrong." I'm like, well, I mean, kind of, but hey, I'm glad you chose to come and tell me versus just telling the teacher.
See, that's what I'm gonna have to deal with.
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah,
if the teacher wrong, they don't call them out.
She was, but see, in that case, the teacher wasn't wrong.
Teacher was showing them. The teacher was
in the math situation. Technically, the teacher was wrong.
Okay,
that wasn't math.
Video on animals. They watched the video on animals.
Uh-huh.
They just said, "This ain't real science. I need to do experiments and make potions."
See, Desi trying to be a witch.
I was like, Desi, that
is a type of science.
That's a type of science. It's like earth science. She was like, "You mean like zoology?" So if you know zoology, you knew that was a science.
Yeah, exactly. And you was just
so you were just being a smart aleck.
Yeah. Damn, Des. But you might well go ahead and get her tested to get her damn degree now, so she gotta go through this. It's gonna be a long 12 years, boy.
Man, tell me about it.
I suggest putting them in the Johnny Ford. Let them go to real school.
Yeah.
What school are they going to now? Are they in actual kindergarten?
Yeah, they're in kindergarten.
Oh, so they in kindergarten. Okay.
Yeah, they're
They
in
need to be
kindergarten.
bumped up, bro. She advanced, bro.
So,
They gonna have to
so
do something like,
Right, Demi, she enjoys the classroom time.
yeah.
Demi likes she does all her work, like she does it like it's supposed to be done. And Desi, like, this is boring to me. I'm gonna do something else.
Jimmy is like, this is so easy. I already know this,
Yeah.
but I'm just gonna do it anyway.
Yeah.
Demi is probably also happy to kind of be away from everybody. Like, oh, look, there's new people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she is.
I remember
It's interesting.
Just talking to her, she's like, yeah, I had a new friend. Her name is Isabel. I'm like, oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know Demi loving that, just being around all them other kids and stuff like that.
Yes, Desi's an antisocial one.
No, Desi's a people person.
Is she?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
when it comes to
Desi's
that work though, Desi like, no, this I know this. We not. I already know my numbers when we add and stuff. What she said, this math
This
is
ain't
when you
real
put
math.
them together. Yeah,
Teacher was doing
Just teaching numbers.
colors and numbers together, and she was like, "This isn't real math. We need to do 1 + 1, 2 + 2."
That teacher I'd have been like, give me 1 second. I got a special student here. We need to get her tested ASAP. Contact her parents.
They should be all right. They're gonna be good.
Yeah, they will. They will. Joe, how your boys liking the wearing pants and belts?
They hate they gotta wear belts. First day home. Everybody wasn't wearing a belt. Like, do we have to wear a belt? Yeah, man, wear your belt. Let you look clean with your belt on. Put your belt on, right?
But they just want to tuck their shirt in with no belt.
They don't want to tuck their shirt in at all. Like, they like, boy, ain't nobody got their shirt tucked in. Bruh, just tuck the shirt in and wear your belt. Like, come on, man.
You should be like, when I see you, your shirt better be tucked in with a belt on.
For real. But nah, they liking it, man. You know, it's more or less just the waking up in the morning part, but as far as getting to the school, going to school and everything, they straight. Pete, he went out for he trying out. They got a little flag football team at the school, so he trying out for that. Yeah, he went Friday. They had Friday, and then they go Monday and Tuesday to finish tryouts. The coach, he asked Mari about 4 times. You trying that? Look, the first day of school, he walked up to Mari. Didn't I talk to your daddy about tryouts? You coming out? He was like, yeah, but that's my brother. I'm not trying out.
That's crazy. Amari is so athletically gifted, but don't want to do anything.
He just want to play baseball. That's it. Man.
Hey,
that's it.
Hey,
let him play baseball. That's where the money is.
Like, I'm with it. But yeah. But yeah, it's cool, man. They got their little lockers they got to go to and everything in school. So, yeah. You know what I mean? But they school is kindergarten through 8th grade. Middle school is all up on the same floor, so they classrooms pretty much right next to each other. You know. But yeah, everything cool. I'm so glad they're back in school.
Yeah. Have y'all had any COVID cases in y'all schools? Well, Dana, how baby liking the school?
She she's a people person, so she want to be in school. She want to ride the bus and all that. I'm about to take off the bus, Duval County, and they buses.
Yeah, Tori would tell me that Duval County buses are acting up.
Man, listen,
are they breaking down?
No. They just don't have. They ain't set up right, and they don't have that stuff in order. She rides. Say for instance, she rides 928. They have the substitute bus for 928, so they got bus 123 with the piece of paper saying it's 928 on it. 928 will come driving by. The actual 928 bus will come driving by. Why do you have a substitute bus for a bus that exists that's on the road? So you don't know. Ain't no telling where you. And these buses go to the same school. Ain't no telling where your kid gonna end up because they just they got it all mixed up like that.
Especially
And
like
then,
young kids who don't really pay attention to anything. Yeah, the bus says 928, but there's a piece of paper in the window that says 462. Now
4928. If you ride 928, get on this bus.
the bad part is that on the buses on the right side that you get on the right side of the bus, you get on that side.
Yeah.
The number is on there, so the number that's on the bus is there. The piece of paper is on the left side window.
What kind of?
So
what is Duval County doing?
I have no clue. And then they actually didn't tell a lot of people the bus routes or what bus number until the day before school started. And then some still didn't get theirs until the day after school started. So it's just all over the place. But other than that, it's good.
I'm so glad I walked my school.
Yeah, everybody say that bus thing gotta have my anxiety through the roof. Well, I'd be out there I'd be driving the bus route, looking for the bus. Like.
And she has an hour bus ride. So it's not like she's coming from 2 miles away, 5 miles away. She's coming from the north side to the south side or downtown to the south side. So, sitting there, the bus supposed to get there at 3:56. It's 4:30, ain't no bus yet.
Nope.
It just depends on the traffic.
Now I'm heading in the direction that the bus is supposed to be coming from.
Well, you don't know where
but you don't know where it's coming from, and look,
you don't know where it's coming from.
Yeah.
I need to have the route that it's supposed to be traveling because I need to be backpedaling. You know what I'm saying? Going back that route to see. Oh, they in traffic. That's why they late. Okay, now I can go wait peacefully at the bus stop.
You're gonna be in traffic and get they gonna leave. They first day they actually had to call and ask what stop she was supposed to go to because the bus, I don't know if they wasn't going to every stop or what, but they had to call and say, okay, what stop is she going to? And she didn't remember the name of the school.
Speaking of,
she would have got off if she knew there.
Speaking of the first week of school, how y'all think the first week of the NFL went? I honestly didn't realize I missed football that much. I honestly didn't realize I missed it that much. I literally watched like 6 games this week.
For real? You had time to watch football this week?
Yeah, right. My class ended. My class ended at like usually my class ended around like noon, 11 o'clock. Nope. What would that be? 11 o'clock would be what, 7 y'all time? No, still 10 o'clock. So I was up from 4 to 10. And then when my class ended, it was time for me to chill out, turn on TV and the football game was on.
Yeah.
10 o'clock in the morning?
Huh?
At 10 o'clock in the morning?
10 o'clock in the morning, my time is 5 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, y'all time.
Oh.
Yeah, so he can't watch it. So when he get out of his little class thing, all the pre-games coming on. Like from Thursday to yesterday, it was like a game on, like, and then yesterday it was like 3 games back to back on. They were just
so what help me understand, what did people do when they gotta go to work? So if you had to work, you ain't watching no football.
No.
That sucks.
Right.
But see, I mean, if I work from 7, I'm 6 hours behind y'all. So if I was to go into work, I have to watch on my phone at work or something.
Yeah, that sucks.
But I'll be getting out of work around like the primetime game. So, and then most of the football games on Saturday, on Sundays. Monday, Thursday, and Sunday. So
if it's the game started at 1 here, what time would it? Nah, I ain't watching no football on a Sunday. What time you have to get up on Sunday to watch football?
If the game starts at 1 Eastern time, I have to get up at 6, 7.
Oh no!
I ain't watching no Jaguar games.
You better
No
stay
home
off. You
Jaguar
better
games.
stay off social media.
Look, I get up.
Record it.
I get up early. There early anyway. I'm always, for some reason,
On a Sunday?
on a Sunday. I was up at 5 o'clock this
On a
morning.
Sunday?
Yeah, you true.
On a Sunday?
Yeah, I don't like. Look,
But he old. You get
Look,
old,
no,
you wake up early.
look. From having to
true.
wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning for the past 22 years, it's become like routine.
Can't help it now.
I wouldn't be in the
Hell.
mood to watch no football at 5 o'clock in the morning. 6
And the
o'clock in
thing
the
is, like, I wake up and you know how most people are not like morning people. My kids always ask me, like, Daddy, why do you wake up so fast? I'm like, they said, I don't even, I could walk in the room and I don't even have to touch you, and you will wake up asking me what I want. I'm like, it's PTSD.
You better wake up on you.
Stop speaking up on
Good
me.
morning, what we doing?
Surprise. Y'all better be lucky y'all ain't got hit yet. Walk up on me in my face and then poke me.
Oh, no.
You been slapped yet?
No, I ain't been slapped.
Slapped in the face?
They know better not. They know better to not slap me, especially now.
You ain't gonna do nothing. But turn
Now
over
they-
and look crazy.
Look, now they try to wake me up with the smallest voice possible and the least amount of movement. Oh man, how about you?
Bruh, I just want to say our backups all suck. And if any of our starters get hurt, we're gonna go 5-12, 5-13.
Like any of them, like just
Any of
it
them,
don't matter.
any starter. If that get hurt, we're not gonna win the game.
What? Andy Dalton can't make a play?
Who?
Ain't Andy Dalton on y'all team?
Heck no.
What?
Andy Dalton plays for Chicago.
no. Play for Chicago.
We got Danucci.
Danucci, what?
Danucci.
I know the third string quarterback who's going to be the second string quarterback for the Jaguars played the best yesterday.
I turned down tickets to go to the Jaguars game too.
That's not hard to do.
Yeah.
Did y'all see they're giving away 9 home, like you can pay like $250 and get 9 home game tickets.
They need to pay me
What that mean?
$250 and give me the 9 home game tickets.
So you can pay to go out.
All right, so who y'all got? What's y'all Super Bowl picks? Let's put it out there now.
It's too early.
We're gonna do it now.
Oh my God! In preseason, we
Go
can't do that.
first. I'll go first. Dallas Cowboys over the Baltimore Ravens. Boom. Boom. I said,
Okay.
yeah, I said,
But you didn't.
what?
Nothing.
But you're not being realistic.
I'm being very realistic. If the Dallas, we're talking about a healthy team, nobody hurt. If the Dallas Cowboys just run the ball,
Dude,
you run the ball to,
what's
you
the
run the ball.
odds? What's the odds of nobody being hurt?
I don't know, but we're going to go with that. That's what I'm basing my, you know what I'm saying? I turn injuries off on my simulation. But you just run the ball. You run the ball with Zeke until they got to put 8 in the box, which means one of those receivers is going to be one-on-one. No team has enough corners to guard all 3 of those receivers one-on-one. That's when you throw the ball with that. Other than that, you just run Zeke, period. And we're going to win and go to the Super Bowl. I like the Ravens. Lamar Jackson, somehow he's going to get it done. They got a couple of receivers out there now that he's going to actually be able to throw the ball to. Going the Dallas Cowboys over the Ravens for the Super Bowl. And that's going to be the day that I get banned off of Facebook or put in Facebook jail for the first time ever, because anybody who's ever said something about the Dallas Cowboys, I want to be on your wall talking shit. I just want to put that out there right now. So,
He did Dallas. Dallas and who you got, Dedrick?
I don't know.
Just say your squad. Say Jacksonville.
I am not saying Jacksonville.
No, because you got to give you have to be able to give a valid reason how they can get there.
Yeah.
There's no way Jacksonville can get there.
There is no way because
unless everybody else get hurt except the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah.
And some teams is gonna have to take two starts. A starter and a backup gonna have to get hurt for Jacksonville.
Can never count Kansas City out. I think Kansas City might go back. It might be a repeat from last year. Because as long as Tom Brady is healthy,
if we turn the injuries off, that's a pretty safe pick.
Tom Brady doesn't get injured.
Tom Brady don't get hurt.
And he doesn't get hit because he doesn't hold on to the ball. So Tampa. Their defense got better.
They return all 22 starters. Yes. They return all 22 starters.
Yes. I mean,
nobody does that.
Nobody. Nobody.
So it's hard for me to count Tampa out and then doggone Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes.
Yeah.
I mean, I want Lamar Jackson to do something, but I'm gonna go with a repeat of last year.
You got Tampa winning it all again.
Who you got, Dana?
Well, JoJo said let's be realistic, so I'm not gonna say.
Y'all ain't got no quarterback. I ain't got no quarterback, so don't say it.
Listen,
Jacksonville might beat the Colts.
No.
They still not. I can play quarterback for the Colts and they'll win because all they gotta do is run the ball. But no, because what's the name out?
They're good against the run.
Carson Wentz is hurt.
Yeah,
and the line
and Nelson.
Jacksonville is good against the run. It's the
they're terrible against the run. They were almost last in the league against the run last year.
They're gonna lose to the Colts. That's my prediction.
Couldn't stop.
The Jaguars
couldn't stop nobody from running the ball.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they did beat the Colts last year.
Well, the Colts was sorry last year. The Colts were real sorry last year.
Jacksonville.
No, they wasn't. They had Phillip Rivers. They almost made the playoffs.
Didn't they make the playoffs and lose?
I don't know.
Because you keep picking up quarterbacks that are good somehow in the season, but playoff not good. Anyway, I'm gonna go with Dedrick and say repeat from last year.
Hey, Phillip Rivers say he's still in shape. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what all the Colts quarterbacks leave or retire, say they don't want to play no more. And they come back and be like, "Yeah, I'm good. I think I want to play." Why you don't want to play for the Colts? Everybody want to get away from the Colts. I don't get it. I like them, and maybe the Bills may be able to make it out.
Yeah, the Bills. Yeah. Bills got some.
Yeah.
Josh
Allen is special.
Yeah,
that's who the
he
coach
can sling it, and he can run too.
Yeah,
he's pretty good.
He ain't no Mahomes.
He was one of the quarterbacks that shut Jalen Ramsey up.
But I think the Bills' defense is better than the Chiefs.
It's possible.
The Browns' defense is nasty.
Man, forget the Browns. They ain't gonna do nothing. They're the Browns.
They're not. They're not. Their defense is nice.
If they run the ball, they'll be all right. They better run the ball.
I'm gonna be like Joe with my picks. Being all healthy, 100% healthy. 100% healthy. 49ers and Chiefs. Rematch. Super Bowl rematch from the year before.
What? Wait, you say no? Well, who's starting quarterback?
Yeah, so who's y'all quarterback?
Right. Because say no injury, but which one you going with?
Trey Lance is going to eventually take over. Like I say, like week 5 or 6, and they're gonna run the table, get the Super Bowl. If they, I'm saying healthy. If they're not healthy, I'm gonna be my second pick. Gonna be Minnesota and the Chiefs.
Minnesota.
They got a good defense, and if Dalvin Cook stay healthy,
even if you don't stay healthy, Dalvin Cook was hurt last season and was like the second in rushing last year.
my only concern is that Kirk Cousins, like,
Yeah, Kirk Cousins. What the heck he gonna do? I'm trying to think outside of Tampa, who in the NFC is like a. Yeah, it's a lot of questions.
The Rams got Stafford. I forgot the Rams got Stafford.
They got no running game. Cam Akers out for the year.
Yep.
Dang, that's right.
And Stafford's another one of those good during the season quarterbacks, but
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna cut it in the playoffs.
Yeah, everybody's kind of if. Shit, everybody, if this happens,
What about the Packers?
they got Aaron Rodgers, so
Yeah.
you know.
Aaron Rodgers don't ever make it deep into the playoffs.
It's never his fault.
But I mean, it's
But because of him, they're always a threat.
Mm-hmm.
true.
That's true.
Man, listen, I like Dallas, man. We healthy. I don't care what nobody say. Outside of
Right,
Tampa,
but I don't think nobody else said that but you. So I guess you don't really care what
Listen.
somebody else says.
outside of Tampa, bro. Outside of Tampa, with a healthy offensive line, we're gonna be there. We're gonna be there, bro. If you don't put 8 in the block in the box, bro, it's gonna run Zeke, bro. Y'all gonna put some respect on Zeke name. Y'all be trying my dog like he's a buster or something.
Hey, Zeke is cool.
Yeah, you gotta tell me.
Zeke is decent.
Zeke is above decent. He has more rushing yards than anybody else since he's been in the league.
Yeah.
How long he been in the league?
Same amount of time as Derrick Henry.
He got more rushing yards than Derrick Henry.
Yes.
What about rushing average? Average yards per carry.
He's at like 4.5.
I mean, it doesn't even matter how many wins they got since they've been in the league.
But Dedrick, you ain't got no room to laugh. More than the Jaguars.
They play MJD.
Look, I can laugh. I can laugh because I can laugh at my own team.
That's all you gotta do. I think they got more wins than the Colts since he's been in the league, bro. Don't try to act like y'all just been running the table or something.
Well, I mean, they did have a year with no quarterback, but they.
We did too, bro. We did too.
What y'all had?
We didn't have a quarterback last year.
Yeah,
You did.
That twisted his leg around.
So mad I watched that live on TV.
They had a quarterback. Who was their quarterback last year?
Andy
Andy
Dalton.
Dalton.
So you had a quarterback.
Yeah, you're right. We had a quarterback. You're right. There was a quarterback on the team. You're not wrong.
See, the problem.
The
problem has never been the Cowboys' offense. It's been that sorry ass defense they put on the field every year.
And the offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
And the owner.
It's the offensive coordinator, bro. I don't understand how he still has a job.
Because they got an owner that's got a problem.
Yeah.
Hey man, y'all gonna get off my. But okay, all right. Listen, let us win the Super Bowl. We gonna get flagged on this. On you look like a podcast too.
And you have every right to do that. You got every right to do whatever you want if the Giants win.
What?
I mean, Cowboys win Super Bowl.
I'm gonna go stone cold crazy. Oh Lord.
You'll have this episode by yourself. I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna jump off this.
Nah, y'all gonna get. Y'all just come on and put yourself on mute. I got it from here. I don't know. Hey, you going to the Colts and Jaguars game?
I ain't going to no game till COVID's out of the way.
Right.
Yeah.
I ain't going to nothing.
So Zeke,
Valid point.
to JoJo's point, Zeke has 524 more rushing yards than Derrick Henry. 524.
How many carries is he have?
What's
Yeah,
name is
he did not.
averaging? What's name is averaging 5 yards a carry. Zeke averages 4.4.5.
Did they come out in the same year? I thought Henry
Yes.
came out a year after him.
Same year because I wanted the Cowboys to draft Jalen Ramsey and then trade up and get Derrick Henry.
Oh,
But Jerry
thought
wouldn't
Derrick
take my
Henry-
phone call.
Yeah. Elliott was 1. Henry was 2. Henry was Elliott was the 4th pick, and Derrick Henry was the 45th pick in the 2nd round.
oh man.
See what I'm saying? Jerry didn't want to take my phone call, bro.
But Jerry still got the offensive coordinator being off.
And they still could have drafted Dak in the 4th round. Would have been set, bro. Could have had Jalen Ramsey at corner, Derrick Henry in the backfield, and still have Dak Prescott. But hey, what do I know? I only play Madden. I only play Madden, Jerry.
After the century.
With the injuries off.
Yeah. No, I like injuries on. I'd be smacking people on that. Smacking people.
Oh my god.
But yeah, episode 34, fellas.
Good old 34. Yep. 34 in.
Moving right along.
Hey, look, them subscribers are slowly coming in.
But I told y'all when Dana jumped on last week, boy, them things done went crazy. Them things done went crazy, bro. We had to slow down the people who ain't know what was going on. They're like, them 3 cool, but where other buddy at?
Where other buddy?
My dog came on last week, showed his face. Bloop, 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 bloop. We just, hey, we about to be at 1,000, man. Shout out to that boy Dana. We still looking for the Dana emoji. We're gonna let the 1,000 subscriber. Y'all gonna be able to pick the Dana emoji.
Oh man.
Yeah, we still getting details together as far as what you're gonna win, but that's gonna be a part of it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You can pick the Dana emoji.
So wait, in addition to whatever they win, they get
whatever else we come up with, that's gonna be something else. Yeah, we gonna get that in.
Does it has to be approved, or is it just whatever they pick?
Well, no, we gotta okay it. We ain't gonna let them do like that, bro. You know what I mean? We gotta okay it. We just can't come in disrespecting my dog with any type of emoji. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, man. Episode 34. Shout out to the lookers, man.
Yep.
See y'all looking. Looking ass. Get the numbers up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what to do though, man. Like, share, subscribe, hit your bell, bing, bing, bing.
Bing, bing.
Yeah, get notified when we drop something. Yeah, we got all types of stuff dropping, man. We got some behind the scenes or the after show dropping. Way back Wednesday. Got some other things in the work, man. So yeah, y'all make sure y'all hit y'all bell so y'all get all the stuff. Yeah. And my bad, I forgot to do last week. I don't know what I was doing on Wednesday, but I forgot it was Wednesday. But, yeah, I got a good one coming up. I know what I'm gonna do. Yeah. So we got that. The after show. I don't know about my wife keep trying to fill in for me on the show, so I don't know. Maybe they're gonna get some type of playlist going on their side. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, y'all just tap in with the team. Long live Big Norm. All right. Long live the big dog. Hey man, shout out to the rest of the team. Make sure y'all following us on all social media platforms. Of course, YouTube. Subscribe. Follow us on IG, Facebook. Everything You Look Like a Podcast. Follow all our personal accounts. Roll the dice for all your exclusive needs and everything.
Everything.
What we got new on that, man?
I ain't been updating, man. I just get the stuff and I get it moving.
Yeah, so y'all send bro a request of what you want. Don't go in there looking for stuff. Go in there and tell him what you want, and then he'll get it and get back to you. You know what I mean?
That's how I go.
Yeah. Yeah, he gets you plugged in. But yeah, man, shout out to everybody. Fellas, man, appreciate y'all. Again, as always, good Sunday. Come on here, kick it with y'all, man. And hey, we like a podcast. Yo.